Hello friends, myself Professor Laukaril from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology, Automobile Engineering Department. So we are in continued talk with subject vehicle dynamics and chapter 2 performance characteristics of vehicle. Also we have learned from that previous lecture about the acceleration, torque, power and the various terms that are related to our second chapter, that is about performance characteristics of vehicle. Also we have seen there are two types of limit. First is due to the torque and the second one that is due to the road surface. Also in today's lecture we will see about the traction limited acceleration. So that is all depending upon the power produced from the engine, and that power is going to transfer to my rear or front wheels. So we are talking about traction limited acceleration. Now we are presuming that there is frequent or actual power that comes from the engine, and that acceleration may be limited by the coefficient of friction. Now if I am talking about coefficient of friction, that is between the tire and road, that we have seen from these equations, like F, that is the friction, that is mu into W, where we can see that the mu, that is peak coefficient of friction, and W, that is weight on drive wheels. So we are talking about the individual weight on individual drive wheels. Now here, as I said, weight on the drive wheels, that depends on the static and dynamic load. Now we all know that due to the acceleration, some static or a dynamic load occurs on individual tires, and on any transfer shift or load, that is due to drive torque. Now if I am going to accelerate, my weight is going to shift from individual tire or to individual axle, from one to another. So that is depending upon the acceleration. Now if we are talking about the transverse weight shift due to the drive torque, here one figure has been given in which you can see that the distance between the two tires, that is T1, at which the tire load, that is WR by 2 plus WY, and another one, that is right side, is having WR by 2 minus WY. Also the driving torque, that is TW, that has been shown in figure, which is in anti-clockwise, while due to that weight the suspension is going to shift, so the TS, that is given in a clockwise direction, that is TS. Now what I have to do, I have to put NSL equation for the rotation of axle about its center point, at which we know that the summation of all the torque must be 0. So for that we can see that sigma T0, that is WR by 2 plus WY minus WR by 2 plus WY into T by 2 plus TS. Here plus sign, you can see that the direction of that particular torque, that is clockwise, that is why we have taken positive sign, while for TD driving torque we have taken negative sign, that is minus TD is equal to 0. So now from that we will get the WY value. Moving further, TD can be related to the drive forces, because now here we can see that what we are about to derive one equation that is related to drive torque, that is TD is equal to Fx into T by Nf. Here again we have seen through this formula, like Fx, that is the total drive force, R, that is drive radius, and Nf, that is the final drive ratio. Now if we are talking about the rear wheel drive, then the equations are going to change, like TSF, that is equal to K5 into theta, TSR, that is K5R into theta, and for K5, that is the total of the stiffness of that particular suspension system. Here you can see that the F, that is the TDF, that is the roll torque diameter for the front suspension, same as well as for the rear suspension. Also the front suspension roll stiffness and rear suspension roll stiffness has been given TDF, TDR and K5. For that K5 into F into 5 and K5 into R into 5. So here we can see that the roll torque on the front suspension, also for the front and rear, also the front suspension roll stiffness and rear suspension roll stiffness has been given, and from that we can find the total roll stiffness, that is K5. Moving further, here one diagram is there in which you can see that the different torque has been applied to my individual systems. Like if I'm talking about the front wheel drive, then here you can see that the front right tire is having such kind of forces. While if I'm talking about the rear wheel drive, then the rear wheel different loads like WR by 2 and that individual loads are shown in the particular diagram. Now moving further, if we can say that the TSR can be related to the roll angle and the roll angle can be related to the drive torque as follows. Now here we are try to derive our equation, that is depending upon the individual parameters, like the roll angle has been there, TSR is there. So from that we can see that the total roll stiffness, that is phi, is equal to TD by K5, and putting the value of K5, that is K5F plus K5R. Now we are substituting this equation to TSR, that is equal to K5R into TD by K5R plus K5 into R. Now what we are trying to do, we are putting the value of this TSR to the main equation, that is of our WY equation, and from that equation what we will get the value of WY. Now moving further, we are going to neglect the rolling resistance and aerodynamic drag of the force, as we can say that the vehicle is not that much condition, so we can neglect that rolling stiffness and aerodynamic drag. So from that particular we will find the value of WR, that is W into B by L plus Fx into H by mg into L. Now the weight on the right rear wheel, that is WRR, that is WR by 2 minus WY, or we can write as WRR. So finally from the above equations or the different equation, we will find the traction limited acceleration for that individual vehicles. That is all about today's lecture. Thank you.